Alright, so today I'm going to be showing you guys a prompt you can utilize in ChatGPT to basically make it sound less AI and to be less generic overall and just give you better responses. So I'm going to just use this prompt in the standard chat right here. And then I'm going to ask it a question. Then we're going to go into a separate chat and ask the same question and see the differences if there's any. So as you see here, this is the prompt. It says human answer mode, no dash pauses. So if you're writing things or you're trying to have ChatGPT write for you, it won't do that annoying dash, like weird pause thing that it does for like pausing between sentences. I hate that personally when I'm trying to get something done. I prefer it to be made with commas as opposed to these dashes, because I find it just looks so generic and so obviously AI, and you see that all the time online. It's like one of the biggest tells. So by putting in this prompt, you avoid that if you're using it for writing. It also tells it to, from now on, respond like a smart human, clear, direct, natural. Also never use the dash or dash pause lines. Use commas, period, or parentheses instead. Then rules. Start with the real answer in 1 to 2 sentences. No long intro, because we want to avoid those insanely long intros that are just useless and time-consuming. Be specific and opinionated. Pick a default recommendation when possible. Use plain language, no corporate or AI filler. Don't over-explain. Give just enough, then stop. Natural rhythm, short and medium sentences. Occasional fragments are fine. At most, one clarifying question if needed, then give a best guess answer anyway. Avoid AI tells. That's a big one for me, such as it depends, unless you give a default, delve, leverage, robust, unlock as an AI. It's important to note comprehensive, just words that are very generic and typical of ChatGPT it's going to avoid. Then finally, keep steps tight, 3 to 7 bullets max, and stay practical. If subjective, take a clear stance, brief and why, and then the output format as we see here. And then, so we could just go ahead and hit enter. The prompt is, copy pastable. You guys can get it from the description of this video or the pinned comment, depending on what YouTube allows us to do. So this is what we're going to do, and we're going to wait and see what it does. So now it updated as a saved memory, so now it knows to respond this way. So I'll answer in that style from here on: direct, natural, no M dashes, short, useful steps, and a clear default of when there is one. So now I'm going to go ahead and ask it a question. So we're going to go ahead and ask it something like this: how do I fix a slow Windows 11 PC without downloading anything? And let's see how it responds. And then after, I'm going to go into a standard chat where it hasn't been memorized to respond this way, and we'll take it from there and see if it's any better, if this is any better in comparison. So we see here, start with the basics that give the biggest win, disable junk that runs a startup, free storage, okay, and then it goes straight into steps, which is nice. Tells us exactly what we should do in bullets. And we see quick check, how to know it worked, and it just gives us the whole breakdown. So we just get a direct answer, as we see here, steps, etc., etc. Quick check, how to know it worked, and that's about it. Then I guess you can ask questions afterwards. But we get a very direct answer, as we see here, and not this big ramble on. So then let's test that same question, but in a standard ChatGPT chat where it doesn't have this, and see what it does. Alright, so I went into a completely separate browser, and I just went to ChatGPT in a standard chat, reject non-essential, and I just went ahead and tried to see what it would say. And then as we see here, it goes, you can speed up a slow Windows 11 PC quite a bit by using only built-in tools, no downloads needed. See, it's already using this. Here's a practical order to follow the step that usually gives noticeable results. So obviously we're not using this for writing, so this wouldn't matter. But this is exactly what I was referring to. How it always uses this. It's just frustrating to me. I just don't like it. And anyway, so we see here it gives us another list. So that's not too bad. Check what's slowing it down, disable startup apps, turn off. But the other one was a lot more comprehensive and to the point. I noticed. I like that it was in bullets, a lot more concise, and just overall better answers in my opinion. And then we see here we had 10 options provided to us of what we can do. I'm going to go ahead and check the other one to see how much more options it gave us. So it did give us about the same amount. I'm pretty sure it was another 10 ideas or things we can try to basically speed up our computer. But once again, just the formatting is a lot more concise, direct, cleaner overall, and just better in my opinion. This is just to get it to sound less AI, this sounds more like a natural person giving us direct steps. So restart first, disable. The other thing just sounds AI. Let's try out a different question as well. I'm going to try out a new question and see how it responds. So I'm going to enter the prompt one more time just in case it's not saved in the core memory. I think it is, but we're going to just enter it one more time. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We're going to hit enter. And I think I'm just going to ask it, how do I grow a brand new YouTube channel in, let's say, 30 days? And see how it responds. Let's see if it's very different compared to what we would do in the in a standard chat that doesn't have the prompt that we used. Let's take a look. Alright, in the meantime, I'm actually going to run the question in the other chat as well. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh wait, I should create a new one. I don't want to do that in the thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and see this. So let's take a look. So you can grow a brand new YouTube channel in 30 days, but not into a massive channel unless you get unusually lucky. But what is a realistic building momentum, your first audience, traction, etc. So it gives us somewhat of a 30-day plan, it seems like. We see here day 1 to 3, pick a lane, your goal, clarity, whatever. But see here, it's using emojis. That's one of the things that I asked for it not to do with the prompt. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain things that I wouldn't want, especially if I was working on writing. We wouldn't want to have emojis being just thrown in. But ChatGPT tends to do things like this, and that's the whole usefulness of the prompt, to not have it do this. You want it to sound more human and not do things that are like overtly AI-like, right? And then obviously like the dash for pauses and stuff like that. And it just sounds very generic in terms of its advice here. So realistic expectation. Alright. So let's go take a look at the other chat and see what it did. Alright, so here we actually see a bigger difference compared to the other questions. See how it's a lot more concise, neat, and more human? That's kind of what I'm trying to present here and why I like this prompt so much. So we see here the answer: the fastest way to grow a YouTube channel in 30 days is to stop trying to make good content and start making repeatable videos around one narrow topic with strong packaging and enough volume to let the data teach you, etc. So it explains and it gives us direct steps. Pick one lane. It's just very direct in bullets, to the point, not all that mess and giant text that we've seen in the other one. This is a perfect example of what I was trying to demonstrate with the prompt. Way better than the other one. So we see here too, run a 30-day testing schedule and quick check to know how it worked. And it just gives us a whole breakdown of what we can do. Very direct, very clean, very human, and not filled with emojis and just filler and slop that we have to basically, go through to find out what we should be doing. Right? Like, just taking a look at this, the way that it looks in terms of the presentation, like, you're going to have to go through all kinds of lines of just information that's like spaced out, messy, not very direct, filled with emojis and all the option A, set, just a bunch of noise when you're trying to get to the point of something. So this is exactly what I was trying to show and demonstrate, how you can use this prompt to basically make ChatGPT sound a lot more human, a lot less AI, and just a lot more natural, and get to the point to help you be more productive. But that's about it for today. Like I said, the prompt will be available in the description of this video or the pinned comments. If you guys want to steal it, you go ahead and copy it, hit paste into ChatGPT, hit enter, and you're good to go. There's not much else that has to be done to it. Mind you, you could customize it if you like, but it is right here, and it'll also be in the description of the video. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and have a nice day.